Automation. Automation is nothing but a mechanism to perform a task without manual intervention. As an example, let's say Gmail account login. If I want to log in the Gmail account, what I do first is I'll open the browser, let's say, and then after opening the browser, type gmail.com. Alright, okay, I'm already logged in, so let's go to Yahoo. Okay, yahoo.com. So open a browser and then give the URL. Alright, this is pretty slow. Okay, now click on this sign in. So each one of them is like a step. Now after click on the sign in, you will have to give the username, let's say PRSHNTH Prashant.mancha. Alright, now click on the next. So probably I do not have an account with Yahoo. So this is an attempt to tell what exactly we do while we perform the manual testing. That is, manually, if you are opening a browser, giving the URL, click on the sign in, and then give username, next, password, and then submit. Okay. Instead, I perform manually all this step. What I do is I will write a script. Now that script, what exactly it does is it would go and perform all my manual steps, so I don't have to do anything. I'll just sit and execute the script. Script would open the browser, give the URL, type the username, password, and then submit. So it's like my mediator. Okay, let me put it this way. Okay, now this is me, manual. Okay, now this is computer. I'll put a system. Now previously what I do is I will have to do it directly. Okay, but now I don't have to do it directly because I'm going to employ another thing called automation script. Now this script will do the required job for me. That's it, as simple as it. Clear? Now let's say you have a requirement and you want to perform the automation. Okay, so what I do is there are n number of tools available in the market, so let me go and pick one. But is it like I pick one and perform the job of my automation? It's not as simple as that, because every tool is not designed to perform every task. That is, each tool has its own merits and demerits. If I could perform certain jobs with a tool, it is not guaranteed that I could perform other related tasks with that. As an example, any application that is built that is web based, then I could use Selenium tool. But if it is not web based, I will not be able to use Selenium. It's as good as nothing for me. So today I have a requirement to automate Yahoo login, Yahoo, or anything related on Yahoo, then I will be able to use my Selenium. But tomorrow if I have a requirement to automate my media player, which is not a web based, so again I will have to go to another tool because Selenium is of no use to me. Okay, so now in the market we have multiple tools, like I said. Now some of them are free and some of them are paid, so you will have to give money to use it. And now our interest is Selenium. Selenium is absolutely free, you don't have to pay any money for that, and Selenium will support multiple languages like Java, Python, Ruby, Perl, and it will also support multiple browsers: Chrome, Firefox, IE, Safari, etc. Okay, now Selenium has 4 components in it. Number 1 is IDE. I'll put it here again. Okay, what are the four components that we have in Selenium? Number one is IDE, and then we have something called RC, remote control. Now comes WD, that's WebDriver, and then grid. So these are the four components that we have in Selenium. So what exactly is the IDE? So IDE, it is like an extension or plugin. So how do I use the IDE is just launch the browser and then play the IDE. It's like a player. Now when you click on the play, then the recording would start. Once the recording would start, now you would open another browser and do all the manual activities. So each and every activity that you perform while IDE is running, what it does is it records every step. Alright, and when you're done with your manual approach, then click on the stop button in the IDE, and the moment you click on the stop button, a script would be generated. Now that script is nothing but your automation script. So next time if you want to log in, you don't have to do all the manual steps. Go to IDE and then click on that particular script. Now what is it with IDE that it's not so successful? Because it is available only on Firefox. Okay, and when you want to go for any complex way of dealing things, then IDE will not be much handy. Okay, it's very basic, and I don't see that anyone would use this for automation. Okay, now the second one is RC. What is RC? Like I said, this could be used only for Firefox, that is IDE. So RC does not have any that limitation. It could be used for any browser. So how exactly it works? It works in something like, let's say you have before you start beginning your work, you need to launch RC server, remote control server. Now what it does is it would go and launch another JavaScript named Selenium core in your browser. All right, so this is like a JavaScript that is being launched in your browser. Now if you want to perform any action using Selenium, then you would not be able to directly talk to browser. That is, let's say this is your browser, and this is where will be your Selenium. Okay, so let's say if you want to open a browser and then enter the username in this browser, it's not that you could directly talk to it something this way. No, this is not available. What you'll have to do is you'll have to talk to Selenium core first, and in turn this Selenium core will talk to your browser. So this is how it floats. So, and vice versa, if the browser wanted to respond to your Selenium command, then it would talk to Selenium core and then come back to Selenium. The flow would be like this. Clear? Okay, now the third thing is WebDriver. Now in WebDriver, what happens is you do not have this concept of Selenium core. Absolutely, it's been eliminated. So you can talk directly to your browser in WebDriver. So let me put it this way. So you do not have this component. This is your WebDriver. So this is not that faster. As you could see, we do not have an intermediate component over here. So but in both the cases you can write your Selenium script in all the languages, and you can work on any of the browsers. Okay, now coming to the third concept, grid. What is grid? Let's say I have a requirement to run my script in 3 OS. That is, let's say I want to run my in Windows, and then write it in my, let's say, Linux, and then same thing, another, let's put it CentOS. Okay, so I have a script written in Selenium, but the requirement is that at the same time I need to run the script in both of them. So what I do is I'll take one of them and I'll configure it as hub. It's not needed that you're going to pick up, pick Windows, any one of them. Okay, so this would be my hub system in which I would have my Selenium script available. Okay, now these two systems will be configured with this hub as nodes. Okay, something like this is the Windows is the master and the other two are slaves. So now when I execute the Selenium script in Windows, then at the same time the same script would be executed in the two node systems as well. So in a single shot I'm going to execute the script in 3 OSs. Are we clear with this? Now this is where the grid concept would be utilized. Okay, but our focus mainly in this tutorial would be Selenium to browser, that is WebDriver. Clear?